Thank you so much for waking up early with us. Jordan here along with Anusha and Kylie. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. I can't tell you how grateful I am that on this Sunday the two of us are inside and not out in the snow.
Are you having flashbacks to last Sunday?
Yes. I heard you talking about the forecast. I was like, oh, I'm so grateful that I'm not in this.
Yes, UI is nice and warm. Out this morning, it's really going to be pretty quiet. It's not until we get into this afternoon that things get going for the Front Range. Let's go ahead and start with a live
with us now. Well, Kylie, second day of spring, and of course, it is March in Colorado.
You gotta love it. Yeah, my 7-day forecast definitely looks like March in Colorado. We've got a little bit of everything and a couple of chances for snow, not just tonight. Live look outside, though, the Mile High City looking beautiful on this Sunday morning. Here's the deal. We're going to start off with partly cloudy skies throughout the morning. You'll get a little bit of sunshine, but then those clouds will really move in, and then by later this afternoon, first we'll see rain, and then that transitions over to snow as we get into those overnight hours. Highs today are much cooler than yesterday. 42 degrees in Denver, 44 in Greeley, 50s out over the eastern plains with 30s and 40s when you're looking at the high country. Now on HD Doppler, you can see that this has already moved into parts of the high country where we've got snow falling near Meeker toward Glenwood Springs, also out near Eagle right now. And then when you look a little bit farther south toward Westcliff, we're getting a little snow there as well. So that will stay in the mountains throughout most of the day. And as I put this into motion here, you can see right around 2-3 o'clock, that's when we start to see a rain snow mix coming down off of the foothills along the I-25 corridor and then transitioning over to mostly snow by the time that sun goes down. And then we'll see this continue overnight, and then it sinks to the south. So you're going to see a big drop off in numbers for our northern Front Range and also for northeastern Colorado before the storm wraps up as we go throughout the day on Monday. So how much snow are we talking about? Right now we're looking at about 2 to 5 inches in the Denver metro area. Again, we're going to see those numbers drop off pretty drastically when you head north and east. Less than an inch for most of the eastern plains. Denver metro area, higher totals are going to be into the foothills and west, 4 to 8 inches in the Boulder area, and then down toward the Palmer Divide and into the southern foothills as well, where we could see 6 to 12 inches. So going to be a busy overnight and then for tomorrow. So of course, yeah, no, it's so exciting. I'm so excited to see them advancing and hopefully going far this tournament. Hey, so far this morning, we are looking good outside.
We heard a conversation. You never doubted CU like a lot of people were doing across the country.
I mean, even like so low, I always I just have to. My heart, I have to put them going forward. But this time, I mean, they were 5 seed and they were the better team. So I was glad to see them win.
Now, Jordan, you weren't the only one that was learning about field goals this morning. I think we were all just listening in and going, what?
I said, wait, I was reading through it, proofing the scripts, and I said, dumb?
The three of us, they should never let us talk about sports.
I know.
Ever.
We were just like, wait, what now?
But we got it right, and we now know field goals are a thing in basketball.
There you go.
Who knew?
Probably a lot of food
right?
all the time. So.
You know, I mean, you can really do whatever you want, but when you actually have someone who pairs it the right way, you're like, oh, this does bring out those flavors.
I get it now. I've always wondered. I've never done it right, so I don't actually know how that works.
I've only done it right when I've had like professionals be like, sip this, then try this. And I'm like, oh, that's right. Yeah, really cool. I love that story. Hey, this morning, live look from Horsetooth Reservoir, where we do have just a nice quiet morning, although things won't be as quiet to end this Sunday. We are going to see rain and then snow moving in. We're already seeing it in parts of our high country this morning. You can see along I-70 from Eagle through through Meeker and Rifle. I think I combined those in my head. Hey, this morning, temperatures right now 31 degrees here in Denver. We're mild down in the Springs in the upper 40s, and we've got mostly 20s and 30s when we're looking at our mountains. So for today, we're about as warm as we're going to get right now. When that sun finally comes up, we'll get a little bit of sunshine through the morning, and then the clouds really fill in by the time we get into about midday. And then we'll first see some rain showers, then that transitions over to snow, and that lasts throughout most of the night. So highs today, much cooler than yesterday. Hopefully you took advantage of the sunshine and the warmer temperatures, because we've got quite a few changes on the way. Winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings go into effect later on tonight. You can see the Denver metro in that winter weather advisory, but head into the foothills, up into our mountains, and then south as well. And we are under that winter storm warning. So how much snow are we talking about here? We're really looking at about 2 to 5 inches for the Denver metro area. Those numbers drop off pretty drastically when we look farther north. You can see Fort Collins, really less than an inch or two. But Going to the foothills, Boulder, Golden, 4 to 8 inches expected there. Down toward Highlands Ranch, Castle Rock in that 6 to 12 inch range. So looking at that 7-day forecast, you can see that Monday
might have a lot of people beat in her excitement over this win. Kylie, did you watch the game yesterday?
You know, I made the mistake of scheduling my spin class right in the middle of the game. I know,
Gotcha.
I messed up, but I was really excited when I got out and saw that they had won. So that was, you know, kind of the perfect way to end it.
Well, the good thing is you have another chance.
I know. I can't wait to watch that game now. And well, I know we can't like fully go to bars, but I would like to watch it in a like Buffs bar. I think that would be really cool.
That would be fun.
Not in a crowded bar, but just, you know, my own little table.
Yeah, in a responsible setting.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got you. We got you. I saw it on a couple of TVs when I was out and about yesterday playing. So yeah. Awesome. Well, we are heading over to Channel 9 until 9 o'clock. We hope you can join us.
Good morning, everybody. That's something I didn't think about using masks for. And I'm actually looking forward to that.
That's so true. I mean, this is definitely when my allergies pick up. And I mean, it's just another silver lining to having those masks around.
There you go.
Especially when you have a lot lot of weather changes like we're experiencing right now.
Oh,
Kylie.
yeah. We are definitely going to see some change. I also like the mask when it gets kind of cold, too.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, I mean, at this point, we might as well just find the good in it. Hey, this morning, we are looking live from Horsetooth Reservoir. A really beautiful start to your day, a quiet one.
Joining us now with a little bit another look at your forecast,
Yeah.
Kylie. I'd go ahead and venture a guess that maybe now is not the time you want to get back out in the water.
Probably not, but just looking ahead toward this summer, I would just like to throw out there, Jordan, that I believe we're really fun on boats. So if anyone wanted to invite us,
yes, okay.
that would be fine.
I didn't know where you're going with that, but yes, I'm on board with this plan.
I mean, I've even driven a boat once or twice. I could lend my skills.
But
Would be happy to.
See, Anusha makes fun of us for doing this, but this is how we make friends, Kylie.
This is how we make friends, and hopefully by this summer, I think we'll actually be able to do that again. So that would be great. But yeah, I am getting excited as the season kind of changes a little bit. But we do have more snow on the way for later on tonight. So even though second day of spring, we are still talking about snow a couple of times this week. Live look outside in Denver this morning. We've got relatively clear conditions. We'll see partly cloudy skies throughout this morning, and it's a mild start. But these temperatures aren't going to get any warmer. In fact, they'll actually continue to drop as we get into later on this afternoon. First, we'll see rain mainly after 2, 3 o'clock. Then that transitions over to snow once we get into later on this evening and those temperatures get cold enough. So highs today along the Front Range are in the mid-40s, 50 degrees in the Springs with 30s and 40s up in the mountains. So speaking of, we do have that snow that's already in some spots, like when we're looking out toward Glenwood Springs along I-70, and then even down toward Aspen, we're getting a little bit of action there. And when we head south down toward Westcliff, we've got some light snow falling. So we'll continue to see that as we go throughout the rest of this morning. For the Front Range, we won't see any of the action until later on this afternoon, mainly after 2, 3 o'clock. We'll first see some rain crossing the I-25 corridor, and then that transitions over to snow, mainly once that sun goes down. And we'll see this continue as we go throughout the overnight hours. And then waking up Monday morning, there's going to be a pretty big line where the storm cuts off. So you'll notice when I show you these totals, northern and northeastern Colorado, we're not looking at a ton of accumulation. When we're talking about the Denver metro area, the biggest impact will be to the west and the southwest. Then the storm wraps up as we get into midday on Monday. So how much snow are we talking? As I mentioned, up near Fort Collins, less than 2 inches is what we're looking at there. 2 to 5 sounds pretty good for the Denver metro area with those higher totals again on the southwestern side of town. They'll cut off pretty quickly as you head north and east. Into our foothills, Boulder and Golden, right around 4 to 8 inches. And then when you head south down toward the Palmer Divide into those southern foothills, 6 to 12 inches of snow. So we're definitely talking about some really good moisture that's moving on in. Now, depending on where we end up out at the airport, that's where we take those official records. We could make, now we're at about 27.2 thanks to that big storm, that blizzard that came on through. All right, let's check out that 7-day forecast.
Time of year. Jordan and Kylie joining me now. Hey, guys.
Yeah, you know, I heeded that advice yesterday, Kylie. I made sure I got outside yesterday and I put off all my spring cleaning to today. So my apartment, unfortunately, still looks like a wreck. There's laundry everywhere.
You know what? You'll have some time inside later on that you can get rid of that, get it all done. It'll be fine. Yeah, yesterday was beautiful. And this morning, we're starting off really nice, too. Just know changes are on the way.
Let's entire box of coffee mugs under my desk, and I've been digging through it. I really thought I had a Buffs one in there. It's like the one that's not in the box.
We're going to have to get you that one. You know, social media was actually a fun place to be yesterday. And I think because going into yesterday's game, CU Georgetown, there was a lot of people that were doubting the Buffs.
Yeah.
Kylie, you never did, but I think it
didn't.
was fun to watch, people realize they're going to win this.
Well, I thought the funniest part were the people on Twitter who were like, I don't want to talk about what's happening, but some things happen. Look, I mean, as Buff fans, we've been let down a couple of times, but I had faith. I'm feeling really good. I think we're going to go pretty far.
And you even have the logo behind you to prove it this morning.
Da, 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 da.
I love it.
Well, big congratulations to them. And Cliff Divers has already raised more than $8,000 by doing this.
Oh, good.
And if the money is not used, he says he's going to refund the donations minus those GoFundMe fees. I just keep trying to think of a Colorado without Casa Bonita.
I know. I was just thinking about that. I mean, that's what's snowed here, and everybody wants to stop by and go and see, and that would be just so sad if we lost that.
It is. I have to say, though, the mystery surrounding, like, will they open, will they
I
not?
know, right?
Very Casa Bonita. Like, that's just right on brand.
I know, absolutely. It's the first thing, though, I tell people, though, when they move here, and they're like, what should I do? I don't know why, but it's on my list. I'm like,
wait, that's the first thing you tell people?
No, okay, that's a lie. I just lied. I apologize.
I mean, it's in my, like, top 10 for sure.
Right, okay, it's up there for me. I wouldn't say it's the first
Not
thing.
a Rockies game, not hiking, don't go skiing.
Kylie, I already admitted this is wrong.
I know, I'm just kidding. It's
Well,
really
you know
funny.
what? Gary Shapiro did tell me that if this whole news thing doesn't work out for me, which apparently according to that lie, maybe it won't, I should become a cliff diver there. So there's that.
Oh, I mean, I'd go see you.
For all the right reasons, right?
Yeah, exactly. Here to support you no matter what your dreams are. Hey, this morning, I love when you guys send in pictures and recommendations of hikes that you guys do, especially in the winter. I'm always really impressed by all the work. And this is from Dustin Shiver, and this is Dream Lake in Rocky Mountain National Park, which I haven't hiked, but he said it's about a 4-mile trail. Beautiful looking one there. I'm planning on spending a lot of time in Rocky Mountain National Park this summer. But hey, if you ever have a hiking recommendation or just want to share a picture, you can tag me on Twitter and Instagram. That is at Kylie Bearse, and I will get all those hikes up on the blog. That is approachableoutdoors.com. I say approachable because I want everyone to feel good about exploring Colorado, no matter your skill level. Hey, this morning, live look on Denver. We've got blue skies. Temps for today aren't going to get much warmer. It's going to be quite a bit cooler than where we were yesterday. Low 40s for the start of the day, and then you can see that the clouds really move in by about midday. Then it's rain, and then that transitions over to snow as those temperatures drop. So, yep, we're going to be in the mid-40s throughout the day, dropping later on this afternoon, 30s and 40s up in the high country, and that's where we're already seeing some of that snow moving on through. You can see that out toward Glenwood Springs, near Aspen as well. It's pretty quiet when you head east, but that snow will continue moving east throughout the day and then eventually reach us here along the Front Range. So let's put this into motion here. After around 2, 3 o'clock, that's what we're looking at for the timing for first seeing some rain showers and a little bit of a wintry mix, and then eventually transitioning over to all snow for the I-25 corridor once that sun goes down. We'll see this continue throughout the overnight hours with our heaviest snow falling Denver on south and west, and we're also looking at the foothills seeing a pretty big impact here. But the storm will move south throughout the overnight hours, so we aren't going to see as much of an impact for the northern Front Range and northeastern Colorado, and then this storm wraps up by about midday. So how much are we talking? Well, as I mentioned, for the northern Front Range, under 2 inches what we're looking at there, the Denver metro area, 2 to 5 inches, 4 to 8 in the foothills, and then when you're looking down toward the Palmer Divide and our southern foothills, 6 to 12 inches. So quite a bit of moisture headed our way, which is good news.
With us and our last hour this morning. Thanks for being with us. I'm Jordan along with Anusha and Kylie. Good morning, y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning. As we always say, live vicariously through us instead of going out and venturing into the snow.
Well,
Kylie will walk you through everything.
I feel like we're getting to live vicariously a little bit through the cameras this time. Anusha, last time we were front and center for that storm.
I am happy to experience the snow this way versus last weekend.
The text from Anusha during that snowstorm was my favorite thing of the morning. It was just, I'm so cold. I'm so cold. I'm miserable.
So cold. There's sideways snow. It's in my eye.
And then Jordan's like, I'm stuck. I can't get out.
Well, we were stuck. We were stuck. It made the national news.
That's a good recap of how that morning went.
That sums up that morning for you guys. Thankfully, this time you get to stay inside when that snow starts falling later on tonight, although maybe Jordan will be out tomorrow. Guess we'll see.
That could all change because, I mean, it is, after all, March in Colorado.
It's my favorite month. You get literally everything. We had beautiful days like yesterday where I was out on a patio for most of the day, sat on my balcony in red. It was glorious. And then by later on tonight, that snow returns and the moisture, man, we really need it. So this is good news. Live look outside though, as Jordan mentioned, it is blue skies, although a little hazy with that air quality when we're looking outside in Denver. We'll start off with partly cloudy conditions, and then by about midday, we'll see those clouds roll in by this afternoon. First it's rain, and then it's snow by this evening. So highs today, much cooler than yesterday. We're talking mid-40s across the Front Range. And right now on HD Doppler, I've got a little bit of light snow developing over those northeastern corner of the state, and then also up in parts of our high country right now. You can see that when we're looking toward Glenwood Springs, also near Crested Butte, and then down toward West Cliff when we're looking at southern Colorado. So for the rest of today, most of this will stay in the mountains until around 2-3 o'clock. That's when we'll first see some rain, then a rain-snow mix, and then eventually that'll transition over to all snow as we head into the overnight hours. Now, overnight, the heaviest snow will focus on Denver on south and west into our foothills, and then into southern Colorado as well. This storm system will sink as we're going throughout the morning, and that means we're going to see less action for near Fort Collins and northeastern Colorado, and then eventually the storm system wraps up as we go throughout the day on Monday. So winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings for the Front Range go into effect at 6 o'clock this evening. For our mountains, that's at 2 o'clock this afternoon. So how much snow are we talking? It just depends on where you are. This system will be a bit of a miss for our northern Front Range, a trace to maybe 2 inches if you're lucky, 2 to 5 inches in the Denver metro area, and you're going to notice a pretty sharp cutoff when you head north and east. Those numbers are going to drop off drastically, but head into our foothills, 4 to 8 inches in in Golden and Boulder, and then down toward the Palmer Divide, 6 to 12 inches. So we are definitely going to see, I mean, yeah, no, I forgot. But hey, no, still supporting, still super happy. And I've got another chance when they go into that second round. Hey, this morning we've got a live look. That's awesome.
Yeah, they won their first Big 12 title in the program's history yesterday.
Oh
they beat OU, which is an incredible team.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you brought that up, Jordan.
Yeah, happy time to be a sports fan living in Colorado. A lot to celebrate. Yesterday was a very happy day. It was actually for once.
And I was just laughing because that is a very classic. We've been let down a few times as Buffs, so I totally get it. It was awesome to get that win.
Yeah, very proud of all the teams out there.
Me too. Hey, this morning we are starting off pretty quiet, but we do have some changes on the way for later on today. But meanwhile, you guys have been getting out and enjoying this weekend, and I love when you guys tag me in your pictures when you're out hiking. I've been chatting with a few of you, sent some really awesome pictures this morning. Dustin shared this one, and I haven't done Dream Lake, but he said it's about 4 miles. I'm planning on spending a lot of time in Rocky Mountain National Park this summer, so I'm adding this to my list. It looks chilly right now, but absolutely beautiful. So if you've ever got a hiking picture or just a weather picture in general, feel free to tag me at Kylie Bearse on Twitter and Instagram, and then I've got my hiking blog, approachableoutdoors.com, if you're looking for some inspiration. This morning, it's a quiet start to the day, but it is going to finish very different from how it starts. So right now, partly sunny skies with some mild temperatures in the low 40s, but this is about as warm as it's going to get for today. Check it out. First, we'll see cloud cover and then rain, and then that transitions over to snow by later on this evening. So highs today, we're just about there in the low 40s. Right now, I've got some light snow moving across the eastern plains, and then in our high country as well. This will really pick up as the day goes on and then ramp up as we get into this afternoon. But right now, some light snow down toward West Cliff as well. So look for this to continue and really kind of filling in as we go throughout the rest of today, reaching the Front Range mainly after 2-3 o'clock. That's when we'll start to see a little bit of rain along the I-25 corridor. And then once that sun goes down, it really all transitions over to snow. And we'll see the heaviest snow when we're looking at our foothills and then into the southern part of the Denver metro area. So waking up tomorrow morning, still snowing Denver on south, but we will see the storm system just sinking, so it won't be as big of an impact when we're looking up near Fort Collins and northeastern Colorado. The whole storm system wraps up on Monday, and then we've got another one coming for Tuesday. Winter weather advisories and storm warnings go into effect for the mountains this afternoon and then for the Front Range later on this evening. How much snow are we talking? About 2 to 5 inches for the are starting off relatively quiet, but we've got changes on the way for later on this afternoon.
Corgi, if you want to send a Corgi, go for it.
I would say I'll watch the Corgi. I'm available for dog sitting.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was my favorite photo of the morning. So cute.
That's it for us. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one.